major milestone reached for people who've been harmed by a popular class of antibiotics. 25 Investigates has learned the Centers for Disease Control has approved FLOXING as an official medical diagnosis.
Investigative reporter Ted Daniel breaking this story for us now. So, Ted, a local woman that you introduced us to is helping make this possible.
Yeah, Carrie, Mark, we first told you about Talia Smith from Norwood in February. She went from healthy to hospice after taking just 3 pills prescribed by a doctor. She tells me she recently got word from the CDC her type of poisoning will be a reportable medical condition.
I'm so happy. This is like the best day of my life since I got sick. Well, maybe the best day of my life ever. I don't know.
This TikTok should give you a good idea of what it means to Talia Smith.
I got like a tear in my eye. You can see I'm crying. I made that video in about 5 minutes. I was so happy.
Talia got floxed in 2021 after taking Cipro for a routine urinary tract infection. What she didn't know then is that Cipro, or ciprofloxacin, is in a class of antibiotics known as fluoroquinolones.
Fluoroquinolones are the drugs that have the most adverse effects of any drug. Not antibiotics, of any drug. This is not any secret knowledge I have. This is right out there in the open through the open FDA reporting system.
From tendon ruptures to muscle wasting, the FDA has been warning about the dangers of fluoroquinolones since 2008. But doctors had no way of reporting a FLOXING diagnosis. Talia says the CDC has created new codes so physicians can do just that.
For the FLOX patient is something like landing on the moon, you know.
Talia worked with Dr. Stephen Pieper from Germany to bring this change. He says he's treated as many as 2,000 FLOXING patients since he began to focus on the illness 5 years ago. He says the codes are used by insurance companies for reimbursement and by the entire medical community.
This is a lifelong, sometimes lifelong, severe disease and disability as well. Even now, lots of doctors, I would say most of them, they do not know about the clinical picture. Although there are so many patients.
Dr. Pieper says he's still trying to get the CDC to code long-term effects of FLOXING. That's what he and Talia are pushing for next.
When it came out, they were crying. They were calling me. They were sending me messages saying, I didn't think this was ever going to happen.
So we checked. The CDC would not confirm the existence of the new codes, citing an internal clearance process. Talia says she was told the codes will go live in October of 2025. And Mark and Carrie, she credits support from the FLOX community around the world.
And Ted, you mentioned it in the piece, but this is important for both insurance reasons and, as we were talking, disability.
Yeah, this will create a pathway so when the doctors have an official diagnosis, they can take that diagnosis to Social Security and to insurance and say, hey, this is what my doctor says is wrong with me, and now they have a legitimate code to back that up.
You can't kick it. All right, Ted, thanks so much.
Okay.